Hi, this is Carole Copeland Thomas, and this is your Global Diversity Tip of the Day. Develop a diversity training program or enhance a diversity training program both on your job and off your job. Now, it doesn't have to be very elaborate. Now, I have to be partial because this is what I do for a living. I love creating and actually implementing diversity training programs for large and small organizations, but it can be done relatively simply and easily and cost effectively, regardless of the size of your organization. Think of diversity training like a moving target. It's something that you may hit well once, but the next time it may take a little bit more effort. Or maybe you've got to get more people involved. Or maybe you have to collaborate with additional people to make sure that you really hit the mark. So it really is a moving target. And with over 7 billion people in the world and well over 300 million people in the United States, and all that means that people and interaction and all of the dynamics that we're dealing with, both economically and socially and definitely politically, diversity training really is very important on our jobs and certainly in our societies and communities. Now, I like to use books with the training sessions that I use. So, your format needs to work for your particular organization. But I particularly like to go back in history and use historical books or historical reference points that will really help out to understand why the subject is so important today as it was 200 years ago or so. David McCullough is one of my favorite authors, and this is one of his books, John Adams. I use John Adams quite a bit and Abigail Adams because he was our second president of the United States. He never owned slaves. His wife came from a slave owning family, but when they married, they never owned slaves. And she was also instrumental in helping a young black boy in the Braintree, Massachusetts area to get an education, and so many other things, gender dynamics in terms of how they had a very loving, but almost an equal partnership in terms of the relationships that they had within their family unit and how that spilled over into how it shaped this country. So this is just one example, one person who I greatly admire because of his stance against slavery. So I use that in my diversity training program. There are countless examples of people that you can use when you're doing diversity training. And then this is a book that I've written called 21 Ways to Bring Multiculturalism to Your Job, Your Home, and Your Community. And they're chock full of ideas in here in terms of how diversity can work and be implemented very, very successfully and simply so. And it can be taught in a manner where people can really use it educationally. So think diversity. It doesn't have to be a very elaborate format. It can be a brown bag lunches. You could have a quiz and give away prizes. It can be a standalone lecture where you bring in someone and they teach information. It definitely should be engaging and interactive. But diversity training is so important now. It's more important now because of the world that we live in. So I hope that you will incorporate some level of diversity training in your organization, in your home, in your community, and really make it work. Collaborate with other people, make it a lot of fun so that people will have lots of aha moments and they'll go back and they'll want to have more information because it becomes a learning experience and very educationally challenging for them as well. Thanks so much for watching. This is Carole Copeland Thomas. Visit us online at www.carolecopelandthomas.com. That's Carole, CopelandThomas.com to learn more about my speaking and training services or to learn how you can incorporate and bring diversity into your everyday life. Thanks so much for watching.